Welcome to the show. I'm Melissa, and this is Baking with Melissa. Hello, my name is Melissa from Baking with Melissa, and today I am shooting this awesome video with DTLA Today we are making the most amazing recipe, my famous Mississippi mud cake. This recipe has been my #1 repinned recipe on Pinterest, and today I'm sharing it with you. We're gonna start off with 1 cup of melted butter, and we have 2 cups of sugar. We have a 1/2 cup of cocoa. We have 4 lightly beaten eggs and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. Just mix those ingredients together before we add our flour and our pecans. Now this recipe goes all the way back to my roots. I was actually born on vacation in Natchez, Mississippi, and my grandparents at the time lived in a little teeny tiny town called Vidalia, Louisiana. And as I grew up, I used to make this recipe with my grandma, who lived right across from the Mississippi Bridge. So we got that mixed up. And now we're going to add in 1.5 cups of flour and 1.5 cups of chopped pecans. If you don't like nuts in there, you do not have to put them in there, but it is part of the mud cake. So we just mix this together, and you see, I don't even need a mixer. All I need are my muscle mixers. All right, we're gonna get that all stirred up. We have preheated our oven to 350 degrees, and now I'm going to use this 10 by 15 jelly pan roll, they call it. It's just kind of a fancy looking cookie sheet, but it's a little thicker. Now I put a non-stick foil on here, but you can, if you want, grease it up and flour it, but I just find this to be a little easier. I'll place this delicious chocolatey fudge batter onto our pan. See how thick it is? And you notice we didn't put any baking powder or baking soda in it, so it's not gonna rise like a traditional cake. But we don't want it to, because on top of it, we're gonna have gooey marshmallows and a chocolate fudge icing that makes this to die for. All right, now we have our Mississippi mud cake in our pan ready to go. And as I said, I preheated the oven to 350 degrees. And now we're gonna place this in the oven to cook for about 20 minutes. All right, so in we go. The timer went off. Our Mississippi mud cake is ready to come out of the oven. But just when you think it might be done, it isn't. So don't turn off the oven yet. So the next step is to take a bag of marshmallows, and then you want to just sprinkle those marshmallows all over the top of your cake, and the whole bag is necessary. Spread those out, and then you're gonna put it back in the oven until you start to see the marshmallows bubble up and get nice and toasty. Let's get that back in. Oh, it smells so good. All right. You can see the marshmallows look nice and fluffy. Now we're gonna make the icing. You can do this, of course, while your baked goods are baking, but I was busy, so I didn't do it yet. All right, we're gonna start off with some softened butter here. I'm using 1/4 cup of softened butter, 1/3 cup of unsweetened cocoa, 1/2 cup of milk. We're using 2 cups of powdered sugar. And then we're gonna mix that together. Look at this cute little pink mixer. I love it. In case you didn't know, my favorite color is pink. Everything in my world is pink. And if I could have a kitchen that was completely pink, I absolutely would. All right, so we're mixing this up. This isn't gonna be a thick, heavy frosting like what you might see with a buttercream frosting. This is almost like a drizzle. So you'll see that in just a moment. And voila. You can see it's pretty easy to make. Just giving it a nice stir. And if you don't have a mixer, you can just mix it up by hand, no problem. Now that I have my icing, you can see it's drizzly like this. You don't have to have it nice and thick. You're going to take your fork and you're gonna start drizzling it over the mud cake. And I always tell people, when you're making anything like this, You must always save extra in your bowl that you don't put on the cake because you need to eat some as well. In fact, this is a delicious icing here. So delicious that sometimes people use this icing on other cakes, not even the Mississippi mud cake. It looks really liquidy right now, but after it cools, it gets nice. It's not hard like a crunchy chocolate hard, but it just dries nicely. So again, just drizzle it all around. And here it is, my delicious Mississippi mud cake. Now these bars are going to wow all your guests at your next social event. People might ask you for the recipe, but you could just tell them, it's my family secret. Thank you so much for watching us today. You can follow me, Baking with Melissa, as well as my friends over at DTLAdirectory.com, all over social media. Stay tuned for more, because we have more in store. Talk to you later, and have a wonderful baking day.